Welcome to Freaky Fast Broadcasting. We're here tonight on Wednesday here at Freaky Fast Broadcasting for the Maple Ridge Racing Series here at the famed North Wilkesboro Speedway for some super late model racing action. 80 laps here on this wonderful track. We need to give some great shouts to our wonderful sponsors here. It's Vermont Sim Racing. Vermont is home to some of the best professional drivers in the world. They practice in simulators to hone their skills, prepare their cars, and get familiar with the new tracks. Now, Vermont Sim Racer brings these same high-powered simulations to you in a four-seat sim racing venue. It's like a sports car bar dedicated to a driving and iRacing with a great list of local beers. Drive with the most exciting cars on the world's most iconic tracks with full access to iRacing's catalog of cars and tracks. Race head to head with your friends on four linked driving simulators. Book racing at VTSimracer.com. $27 per hour per seat. Make sure you check out Vermont Sim Racers. Thank you to the wonderful sponsor here at Maple Ridge Racing Series. We need to give a shout also to EPI Elite Performance Industries is the home for iRacing setup schemes, apparel, and driver development. Visit raceepi.com today for everything you need to take your sim racing career to the next level. Also, here tonight, we got to give a shout out to the Maple Ridge Racing Series because that's the series that brings it to us here on these Wednesday nights on Freaky Fast Broadcasting here with the Super Late Miles. It's been really fun so far to call all their actions up to this point. And here tonight at the North Wilkesboro Speedway, I think it's going to be just the same. But as always, I'm Zach Hall up in the booth. Joined alongside me tonight, it's going to be Robert Moyer Jr. as he's going to be calling the action with me and producing. He's going to be doing the double duty here action. And Robert, I tell you, you're getting. I tell you, you're pretty good double duty. I got to give you credit. It's one of the toughest jobs in the business.
Oh, well, that's what I do for a living, I guess, right, Zach? Yeah. Well, like you said, I do much appreciate the comments, and hopefully everybody enjoys the content that we put out here at Freaky Fast Broadcasting. But it's going to be a fun race here tonight as we're getting ready to roll into the starting grid here with these guys, and we'll see how this all plays out for them. Don't know too much about these cars, Zach, but I know that these guys are flying around the track pretty fast.
Yeah, they definitely are. The super late model gets around this place pretty quickly here. As we had some pretty quick times here in this qualifying session. As we're going to bring that starting grid to you here, folks. As it's Mario Arculani here once again starting on pole position, just showing the pace that 41 machine has had all season long. The 88 of Brad Hoga had a top three last week. We'll talk to those drivers later after this race tonight. Make sure to tune in for that. Second place for him, though. Third is going to go to Ronald Cole, winning last week. So back here in the top three. Fourth is going to be Ryan Scowney. Fifth is going to go to the 48 of Peyton Hill. Sixth is going to be Stephen Hassett. Seventh is going to go to Brian Mashburn. And then eighth's going to go to Johnny Hurst. Ninth is going to be Justin Hamlin. 10th is going to be Cooper Bouchard. 11th is going to be Kurt Batty. 12th is Frank Barbier. 13th is going to go be Alex Marinelli, and rounding out our field here in the 14th position is going to be Patrick Baldwin Jr. As that's your starting grid here tonight at the North Wilkesboro Speedway. Robert, the interesting thing, I kind of brought this up to you before the practice session, or really during the practice session here before we got going live, that the North Wilkesboro Speedway here, we got that 1987 version here, but this track is under a revival right now. And, a lot of credit, I think, needs to go first off to Dale Jr. and NASCAR or in iRacing for putting this all together. But this track coming back, and now seeing these super late models race on it, it's really cool because this is actually what type of racing is actually going to be going on this track for the next few months while they start to get it back going and get it back in service before next year looking to do a repave.
Oh, that's it. I'm waiting to see what they do when they do the repave and everything. But like you said, too, even before they do that, Zach, they are also going to be bringing dirt out for a while and slinging some dirt around this track. So that's going to be interesting to watch, too, on TV. So I can't wait for that. But, yeah, thank you to iRacing. Thank you to Dale Jr. for giving us this old historic track. And it is so nice to see it come back. It deserves to be on the NASCAR schedule, if you ask me. One of the finest old tracks out there, and it is tough to race, but at the same time, it's fun. So we'll see how these super late models handle here with the Maple Ridge Racing League, and we'll see if we can get a new winner tonight. Do we get a back-to-back winner? Stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen, because we will find out very, very shortly.
Oh, indeed. It's going to be fun to watch here. 80 laps here at the famed North Wilkesboro Speedway. Who's going to be able to get it done? That's going to be the question here. We're going to have 2 pace laps here tonight to build up the anticipation. But Robert, yeah, like you said, they're going to put a little dirt on the track. I think that's going to be a pretty cool little experiment also for this place. So we'll see how that all works out. But, you know, also I recently in the news too here with North Wilkesboro, we had Bobby Labonte run laps here in a modified. And he actually said the track felt just like he did back in the day when he ran the Winston Cup Series. So
Ain't that amazing?
yeah, he said felt exactly the same to when you remember. So it's amazing to see how that surface has still survived. But man, we're about to see how this surface can pull off some action here with these super late models as the pace car this time is going to look to dip in, and we're going to look to take the green flag. Mario Akalani on the pole position. Green flag is out in the air. He's off and away. A little bit of wheel spin from the drivers from behind, but Akalani off and away as his side by side from there on back. Ronald Cole, last week's winner, trying to take that second spot here as they come off of turn 2.
As they come off the turn 2, you can hear him hitting the wall a little bit, but Zach, on that restart back here, I'm not sure. I think it was Ryan or somebody. Not sure what number it is, but he's got damage. He rear-ended. Somebody didn't take off. We got the 58 going around. Hang on, into the wall.
Oh, major incident here already to start this race off, and that's been a case this season. We've seen a good portion of incidents happening early and often here in the past few races, and that's what short track action will bring you. And we're going to go back here and check it out exactly what happened to this 58 of Johnny Hurst here as we're on the freaky fast replay here as they come off of turn number 4 here. You're going to be exiting that 58's up in that higher groove there. You're going to see down low, you're going to have that car below the 15 machine there, Kurt Batty. Looks like Batty made it just gotten there a little too deep in the 58, trying to close the door. It looks like 2 drivers going for the same spot. Ends up the 58 parking head first in the wall.
Yeah, I mean, and I was also talking, Zach, about somebody running into somebody at the beginning of the race, and unfortunately, it was that 58. You can see the front end damage, but then he got more front end damage by, unfortunately, timing that entrance a little wrong. So, unfortunately, he's going to have to go get that vehicle fixed up. I don't believe they have a fast repair, or do they? We'll find out, as they do got one. They got one fast repair. Well, 4 laps into an 80-lap race. I mean, unfortunately, he had to use it, but at the same time, you got to do what you got to do, right, to keep the motor running.
You definitely do, and yeah, that kind of just doubled down on that damage there. Like you say, got the initial damage, then that next incident really put a hurt into the 58. He had to take that fast repair, and that's a tough position to be in. Like you said, lap 4, using a fast repair, not where you want to do it, but we'll see how he can try to keep it clean for the rest of these 80 laps here. But man, I'll tell you what, that initial start there, these things really get going around this track, and it was looking good there, but just a little bit of over aggressiveness there from Kurt Batty, but just a small mistake. And that's the thing about short track racing. Braking is the key here, and that's where you'll see differences. Some drivers are going to brake later, some drivers are going to brake a little bit earlier and try to carry speeds in different parts of the corners, and that's where you see incidents like that end up. And unfortunately, that one there hurt Johnny Hurst really bad.
Yep, hurt him bad, but also, I mean, he's got everything fixed. He's back in the back now. He can reset himself here, and on lap number 7, as we go back green, he can reset himself and do what he needs to do. But we're getting ready to go green flag racing here again, as they are double file here going down into turn 3 and 4, and we'll see if that number 10 vehicle Cole there has anything for that 41 on the start, or does he take off as we're getting ready for that green flag. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get freaky nuts, freaky crazy, and freaky fast, and off he goes.
And there you go. That's the freaky green flag as they head down the 1. Mario and Carlotti, they're going to have an early gap. And look at this battle here. It's going to be Peyton Hill in that 58, or sorry, the 48 machine there, battling with the 10 machine of Ronald Cole, last week's winner. And there he goes and takes that second spot. But it's going to be the one of Ben Mashburn trying to follow his way through and see what he can get done. And it looks like he's got a 4 on the side of his car. So, a little bit of a confusion there for us on the number, but that's the one there, Ben Mashburn there in the 4th position.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, confused me back here on a live timing ticker here, but talking about go back up that Peyton there, Peyton Hill. He's been looking very strong, race in and race out. He does get caught up into some stuff that he probably is not trying to get caught up into, Zach. As no one wants to get caught up in anything. But the past couple weeks that we started broadcasting these guys and watching them, he's got pace. He just got to try to get it put all together. And I do see I see in the future a win coming for that number 48 machine.
I completely agree. I think Peyton Hill has shown a lot of pace already, and it's seeming to already close this down here to Mario Arcolani. And that's the one question mark for me is that 41 out front. So fast in qualifying sessions. He's been on pole position for pretty much every single race, but hasn't converted that to a win yet. And that for me is concerning. And last week it was really just due to tire, where he just the tires seemed to fade as the run went on. We'll see tonight here in North Wilkesboro, he can keep the tires underneath him. Right now, early going, looking strong as these three battle behind him. But, man, you got to worry for Arcolani. Is this going to be the case of, qualifying well and, unfortunately, not getting the race results he wants?
Well, some drivers know how to get around. That reminds me of, though, if we're going to talk a little bit about NASCAR's Ryan Newman. Ryan Newman won so many poles that one year, Zach, and then couldn't apply it, at the end of the race. So I'm not saying that's what he's doing or what's happening, but, it just reminds me, you get that hot lap, you get that fast lap down, but, tire saving. And I do believe, as we're watching right now, Ronald Cole here, he's going to be looking up under Peyton. Nope, I thought he was going to clear him going through there as they go down into turn 1 and 2 to head down the backstretch, Zach, and his number 10 is all over him.
Yeah, I tell you, yeah, he definitely is. And these cars looking very racy around this track here in North Wilkesboro, this 0.63 mile race course. And car sliding here into the wall, and I think that's the 88 of Brad Hogan after a top 3 last week. He's going to be spun around on the front stretch.
Yeah, unfortunately, but that happened to him last week too, Zach, and then he got it all figured out and finished in the top 3. So I mean, race ain't over, ladies and gentlemen. They still got that fast repair. Now he can opt out of not taking that, but I don't think you want this kind of damage on these cars. They're very air sensitive cars, and I just think any kind of damage can really, really hurt you.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what he does here. I would personally, looking at the race car from my side of the point of view, I would personally come down first and see how much damage is there. How much time will that car work to get fixed? And maybe save that fast repair, get it fixed as well as you can, and try to get yourself farther to the end before you use that fast repair up. Just due to you can. It's short track racing, man. It is so hard to stay out of someone's trouble sometimes. And you don't want to be using this fast repair early, then be involved in another incident very quickly here while you're near the back of the field. So
true.
It's one of those things where you got to weigh your options, and it's tough. It's always that tough decision to when do you want to use a fast repair, and that's what Brad Hogan's going to have to decide. Does he want to get it worked on, or does he just want to take the quick fix and get back out there and take his chances?
Well, that what's nice about this all too, Zach, is that with iRacing itself, like you said, you can go in and it will give you a timer on how much damage you need to get fixed, and you can base your damage. The more time you got, the more damage you got. So I mean, you can play that game, and that's something nice that's in the interface and the physics of iRacing. So we'll see what he has to do here and see what he's planning on doing as he's going to bring it down to pit road here. And it looks like he's going to take his fast repair, Zach. So he's going to start in the back here, but he's going to have no more fast repairs. So he's going to have to play it very, very smart and not try to get into anybody's incidents, or hopefully we stay green flag and we don't have to worry about that. But at the same time, a little bit of that damage might hinder him.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how this plays out for him here once we get rolling back and going. But yeah, it looks like still not double file yet, but yeah, this is gonna build up into an interesting scenario again where when do these guys take tires? They have 2 sets. You have 1 extra set in pit road. We haven't seen tires be too much of a factor really in this series. It's been a lot of track position, I feel like, has been the kind of goal. But we'll see. When does someone take that chance on tires? Do they do it? I mean, you definitely wouldn't do it now. I think right now would be definitely a waste at lap 20, especially with a couple cautions already. This is probably not the zone you want to be taking them, but we could see that farther into the race, someone taking a gamble, I think.
Well, yeah, good point there, Zach. But you know what comes back to me is last week we had some people take, towards the end of the race, some people stayed out with old tires and some went in and got new tires, and it played out for some of them and some of it didn't play out. So, I don't know, man. I mean, sometimes I don't think these tire wears is too much with these cars. From what I've been seeing, I could be wrong, and anybody out there on chat could correct me, but we're back green flag here as they shift up through the gears, and he's going to sail down into turn 1 and 2 to get down the backstretch here, back on the gas pedal. And man, what a beautiful track this is. And right here is where it's tough, going through 3 and 4. It is bumpy through there, but you got to play your cards right and steer that car right.
It definitely is. This track here has a lot of character, and I tell you what, there's a product out there that can help bring your immersion up and help get over those bumps. And that's the ButtKicker Gamer 2 or their various other products. So if you want to go check out one of our awesome sponsors there at ButtKicker, head on over to buttkicker.com. Use that promo code FreakyFast20, and you can feel the Wilkesboro Speedway and immersion level that you probably never have before. So I tell you myself, I own a ButtKicker, and it's very, very impressive to be able to drive around a track like this too. So yeah, we both know how it works. So yeah, man, it's definitely something you want to go check out there, and make sure you use that promo code FreakyFast20, guys. But man, great start here, and we got in single file, and these guys are flying.
Yeah, it looks like the race is going to settle down here. Like you said, Zach, everybody's got single file. Everybody's taking and running their P's and Q's and racing the racetrack as we watch Alex back here. Great run for him last week, and we're going to have an interview here, at the end of the race here with Alex too. So make sure everybody stay tuned, watch through the whole replay. If you're going back and watching this to see what he said about last week, he was so excited to finally get into the top 3. And I told him jokingly around, I said, well, if you're going to get top 3, tell the guys to let you win. And he said he tried that and they won't let him win.
Yeah, I've tried the same thing, Robert. It doesn't work that way. It just doesn't. People are competitive.
You gotta let the owner win every once in a while. Come on, people.
I agree. I completely agree.
Yeah,
they need to do that.
Yeah, I agree. As we're still riding with him, and one thing looking at the cockpit here, Zach, is the wheel that he has going on here. Yeah. Going down the front stretch and the back stretch, he's got that thing almost at 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock now. Yeah. What does that do to the car, and what does it help to do running it like that?
Well, this right here is setting the car up really to want to turn left. The car's wanting to go to the left, so he's steering to the right to actually pull the car back to the right because it wants to turn left so much. And, that steering offset can be a lot of things. It's comfortability really the biggest thing for a driver. Do you want it in the center? Do you want it farther left? Do you want it farther right? Some drivers like it like that, but up ahead of these guys, there was some action firing off as Ronald Cole got into the back of Peyton Hill. Luckily, Hill saves it. Cole backs off, and these guys keep it going, but this is allowing Eckerlani to really stretch his legs a little bit here. And look at this, Stephen Hassett, one of our winners from Phoenix there, stretched the fuel. He's going to make the pass on Ben Mashburn.
In the 91 there, sorry, I thought I was looking at a different car number, but yeah, he's been just moving. He's been, I think, the fastest mover of the race here so far tonight. He's moving up slowly but surely, and he's got a pretty good fast car. He's got a really nice looking car, if you ask me. I like the paint scheme on that thing, but he's shown some speed, consistent speed, and he's staying right into that range where he needs to be at the 18.24s is roughly where he's running. So he's running 18s, 2s consistently there, Zach.
Yeah, he is looking very, very consistent so far, Robert, the way he's worked his way through this field. So good job on him. He's shown the smarts in the wheel to save fuel and do it the strategy way. Here showing the speed as he works his way into the top 4. That battle for second, though, that's the one that has been super, super hot this whole race. And they're kind of closing back down on Eckerlani again. This is not over with our top 3. And I tell you, this is an impressive for really Cole. He's been able to stay right up on the back bumper. I feel like if he got around Peyton Hill, he would be able to get right to the back bumper of Recolani. Well, as I say that, Peyton Hill, he's closing it down also slowly but surely.
Yeah, I was just watching the lap times as you were talking there. Everybody's about a tenth, 2/10 faster than the leader. And that's all the way back to the 91. He's actually running around 2/10 faster to a tenth faster. So these guys are slowly but surely catching up as we got a battle for second place here. As we finally got Ronald looking on the inside. We're going to see if he can get it down into turn 3 and 4, ladies and gentlemen, as he slides that thing in there. He's got a piece of it, but I don't know if he's going to be able to clear as Peyton's going to battle him on the outside. Nope, he does not let him go by. Going down into turn 1 and 2.
And this is the beauty of this racetrack. It is very, very two lines, very much where you can run multiple grooves. And look at this, Peyton Hill able to fight strong on this outside. But here, into 3 and 4, it's going to be Ronald Cole taking that second spot. And what a move for him. But here, look, Peyton Hill is going to look to do the crossover. But I think there with Cole having that outside, he's going to like that. Now he's going to try to track down our leader. Another little battle here for him. And this has been Mashburn back there in the 5th position, the 7 of Cooper Burchard, and the 15 of Kurt Batty. These three here have been going at it while Marinelli's been starting to close up to the back of this group.
And we're halfway through here, too, also of this race. So here, 40 laps in the books here of 80, ladies and gentlemen. They're clipping them all fast with an 18-second lap pit time. So we'll see what they can do as we got to number 7 here of Kurt. Going to be looking on the inside. And we're going to see the side-by-side battle. But Kurt's got a little bit of front-end damage there, Zach, as... Oh, it looks like he's losing a little bit of grip. I don't know if that's from overdriving it or the track is just slippy and he's just losing it.
Yeah, they could be starting to lose that grip there. These tires are maybe getting a little bit hot.
Yeah.
Look at this. Yeah, this is a hard battle here for these positions. Burchard trying to make something happen here and get that 5th position to hold on to it before. Or sorry, the one of Ben Mashburn fighting strong on the outside. And again, that's like I said, this track, you can fight very strong in that outside groove. It is not a done deal when you get to someone's inside. Yeah,
exactly. And I do apologize. I said Kurt on this 7. It actually wasn't. It was actually Cooper. My bad. Sorry, Cooper. But I was looking at that 15. You know, they were side by side there for about 3 laps. And I'm sure the 15 back there of whoever that 15 is, I do apologize. I'm still learning names, but of Kurt there. He was trying to decide which way he wanted to go, Zach. Left, right, left, right. Well, these guys finally, oh no, look out.
Whoa.
He overheated them tires. Yeah. Whoa, there he goes.
There he goes.
Oh,
and that is the yellow. Yeah, we've seen that one live there, Robert.
I was going to say, that's all. I mean, and that goes back to about 5 laps ago, Zach, where he was battling really, really hard side by side, and he just got them tires to the point that they got so heated up that you could see when he went through the turn coming out, the back end kicked out on him. He rode up the wall, into the fence, back down, off the fence, and then unfortunately went down into the next turn, and the tires were so hot that it just spun him around. But, I mean, he really didn't collect nobody, so no harm, no foul, I guess.
Yeah, that's the way I kind of look at it too. But that's unfortunate. That was definitely, I think, a product of tire heat. And look at this strategy here. Lap 46, Ronald Cole from the 2nd position, going to drop down, come to pit road. Looks like the next group's going to be Kurt Batty, Alex Marinelli, and the 58 of Johnny Hersher. 4 cars elected to say they want some new Hoosier tires on these cars, and ooh, this is going to be very interesting to watch. Arcolani and Hill and Hassett and Mashburn and Scowney there, your top 5 all going to stay out here. This is definitely shaping up for some interesting scenarios. And while we're under caution here, Robert, why don't we give a shout out to iRacing iFlag, one of our wonderful sponsors here at Freaky Fast Broadcasting. I tell you, if you haven't seen iRacing iFlag yet, make sure you head on over to iRacingIFlag.com and check out what they have in store for you there. Remember their visual flag system with 64 LEDs to give you all the information that you need out on track. Not only do they give you the yellow flags, the green flags, the black flags, the blue flags, every single flag that you could possibly get in that iRacing simulator. They also give you a virtual spotter there with directions of a car to your left, to your right. So it's very, very in detail. And they also have other stuff at their website there to check out their digital pit boards you can pair with that iRacing iFlag visual system. And I tell you, you are definitely going to enjoy that. So let you sure you head over there and use Freaky Fast 2022, and you can get yourself an iRacing flag, and you can be known what's going around your surroundings on the racetrack. I tell you, Robert, that's a great sponsor we got there. So proud to have them on board with us. But these guys here, they can they have definitely had some battles this season. Maybe some of these guys can get themselves on their hands on Irish and I flag here to keep up with their flags.
Yeah, keep up with their flags. So, yeah, make sure you go check out iRacing iFlags as we get ready to go back green. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned for the post-race interviews coming up right after the race as we get to talk to the top three. But we are back green here, ladies and gentlemen, and we'll see how this all plays out with old tires versus new tires, Zach. And I'm going to keep a very eye on Cole because if he can get through the lap traffic and get it through clean as we got a bat. Oh, my goodness. Oh, there's like 5 cars all over each other, and we stay green here as now they're going to go 3 wide coming out of turn as Johnny's going to try, and Justin, they're battling hard here. Ronald Cole, the number 10, I don't know if he got any damage out of that, Zach, but what I was saying is, which it does look like he's got a little bit of left front damage. But my question was, well, not a question. What I was saying, ladies and gentlemen, is he's got new tires. He's going to get through this lap traffic. He was running 1/10 to 2/10 faster than the leader before that pit stop. New tires, that could be 5 to 6/10 faster than the leader from old tires versus new tires, Zach.
It very well could be. We'll have to watch here and see what he's able to produce there. That was a big holdup for him there with that incident. It was 3 wide for moments there as it stacked up on the restart. He's going to look to follow through here and go past last week's third place winner or third place driver there, Brad Hogan there, as he's gone by him now. He's going to have Cooper Bouchard in the 7 machine to try to get around him. So we'll see how this works. Mira Cooper just went for that spin. He's definitely put on a new set of tires there to help that car. But look at Ronald Cole just rolling through the center. Bouchard loose up top. Barely saves as they race down the back straightaway. That could have been a big incident.
That's twice now, Zach, that happened to that number 7. I'm not sure what's going on with Cooper right now, but that's twice now. And the first time that happened, he rode up over the wall, which brought out that last yellow. So as we're watching here right now, got our eyes, ladies and gentlemen, on the back half of this field as we're watching Ronald, man. He is really flying. He is moving. Let's see what the leaders are doing right now. Last time by, the leaders are running at 18.2s yet, and Ronald is running 8. He's a 10th faster than the leader. I don't know if there's enough elapsed in traffic to get through to make it up there, Zach. I mean, he's got to start digging this car.
Yeah, he's going to need some help with some yellow flags here. I don't think under green flag conditions he's going to be able to get this done. He's going to be able to get a few spots and get a quick yellow to help bring this back in. And look, there it is, yellow flag. Didn't get the spots he probably wanted here before this yellow flag flied. But I tell you what, it's still going to help bring it back together. And I think Johnny Hurst's second time of the night, looks like he ends up in the turn 1 and 2 wall.
Now we'll go back here on the Freaky Fast replay, ladies and gentlemen, and see exactly what happens here. We'll speed it up just a little bit to get to this incident that he had. And, yep, right there, going in and just lost it again. And I'm not sure if that's from the track being too hot. Is that too much oversteer? Or is it just the setup in general? But that's twice, like you said, Zach. He just unfortunately spun it around, and he did take a fast repair, so that head-on nose into the wall is really, really not going to help him at all now, unfortunately.
No, it will not. That is not what he wants to see one bit at all here. But I tell you what, fourth caution of the night here. This is getting down to crunch time here. Robert Eckerlani, Peyton Hill, Hassett, Marinelli. And Marinelli was the one that really made up the most ground on the new tires. He was digging there. So I'm very interested to see how this is going to work out for him. Looks like Brad Hogan there is going to come to pit road in the 88 machine back there from the 9th position. But Marinelli, he was doing a great job making passes. He's made his way up to 4th. He's looking to break into the top 3 for 2 weeks in a row.
I was just ready to say, yeah, I mean, you look at Alex there, like you're saying, he is up to 4th position, and, man, he was so excited last week to make the top 3. Like I said, if he does it back-to-back, we're going to have to ask him, like, we're going to do a double interview, one for last week and one for this week, and be like, we're going to do it all in one. Like, I mean, he's on a roll right now. We'll have to see if it all plays out for him because we got 20 laps to go yet. So these guys are still going to have to struggle, to make it from the back with the new tires to get to the front. I mean, a lot of things can happen here, ladies and gentlemen. So again, stay tuned. Thank you for joining us here tonight with Maple Ridge Racing League. We do much appreciate it. And joining us here at Freaky Fast Broadcasting. If you like tonight's content, don't forget to share this stream later on or share it right now. If you're watching us live, hit that like button. And you can also hit that subscribe button and that bell button to get all notifications when we go live, as we are booked house here at Freaky Fast Broadcasting, Zach. We are starting up here in July. Coming up in July, we will be live 6 out of 7 days. We'll be live Monday, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, off Fridays, Saturday, and Sunday. So you got a lot of content here, ladies and gentlemen, that you can watch. Super late models, trucks, next gen. Oh, man. What's Tuesday night?
Xfinity car.
Thank you. That car. Yeah, I mean, we got it all here. So make sure you check us out. And if you do, let everybody know about Freaky Fast Broadcasting. But we're double file here. 2x2x2, getting ready to go back green on lap 62 of 80 here. Here we go, Zach. And man, wow, what a jump does he ever get as Peyton Hill and that 41 are gone.
Yeah, great jump by that group there out front, but it's going to be the battle back there with Marinelli in the 54. He jumps down in front of the 12 of Kurt Batty there, or sorry, the 15 of Kurt Batty there, with Cole up top there trying to find some type of grip. They're also battling farther back in the pack there. Hurst, who's had issues all night, battling there for positions. But it's going all over here on this racetrack right now as people are trying to find any bit of pace they can get.
As we go back here and watch Frank, he's going to let that number 12 go right by him here, as that's Ryan. And then he's also got Cooper right behind him. But right now, the I 65 of 80 here completed, and we have to keep an eye on this right now, Zach. As we're watching Alex, he's trying to work his way up into the top 3. But I'm telling you, Ronald Cole is coming. He's got fresher tires. It's just he's got to figure out how to navigate this traffic. And again, I don't think eventually here, I don't think he's going to be able to, he's going to need another yellow because it looks like he's got the speed, but getting around traffic, he's struggling right now with traffic. Is his big thing right now there.
Yeah, it definitely does seem to be the traffic that is struggling there for him. It's very tough to get that run set up there when they're all running that similar line like that. So he's going to have to find something here to get around him. But as we ride on board with the 91 machine of Steven Hassett, he looks here from the 3rd position. He's got Alex Marinelli all over the back bumper, him, then Kurt Batty, then Ronald Cole, and then Ryan Scowney. It's a stack up there from 3rd all the way back to 7th as these 5 drivers stack up as our top 2 try to break away. This is the on board from the 3rd position. Hassett, look at this. Marinelli taking a look there, couldn't get there. That look's going to get a little bit more aggressive each and every time he gets there, though.
Yeah, as we watch on the back end of his car, you can hear it, Zach. I know you can't hear it, but his car is loose coming out right here. He's slipping. He's not getting back into the gas as fast as that 54 right now of Alex. And Alex is right there as he's going to come right up on his bumper. Just not enough to get him. But, now he's, look out. Now we got the 15 looking on the 54 as, no, hang on to it.
Oh, wow, the contact from Batty. And there it is. The caution
There's
is
the caution.
out. Yeah, it looks like we might have got an admin yellow there to bring that caution out, and looks like side by or that was a.
Whoa, look out! The pace car's going sideways.
It definitely was.
Pace car's drifting.
Pace car doesn't have to worry about tires, I guess. Either.
Apparently not. He went flying through the field. He might win the race.
That is always a scary thing when you're a driver, I will say, on iRacing. When that pace car flies through the field, it'll give you a little bit of a heart attack. But, man, that incident there between Batty and Marinelli, just a quick little slide from both of them up the track, and they deemed that enough to bring out a yellow. And, man, I tell you, that was crazy there for a moment. The big winner in that is the driver who won 2 positions is Ronald Cola back up the 4th.
Hey, he's back up to 4. I'm telling you, now that with 9 laps to go here, Zach, he's he's fast. He's just not navigating traffic. He's got to navigate that traffic better, but it's easier said than done when when your traffic doesn't let you by, which of course they're not going to. Why would you do that? I mean, you're going to make him work his tail off to get around them. So we'll have to see when we go back green here if he can navigate this traffic and get up there, because he is fast enough, but I don't know if he's fast enough to get to the front, because that 41, 48, they have not pitted yet. And I don't think the 91 hasn't pitted yet either there. So Hassett did not come in. So could get interesting. Old tires versus new tires. Interesting.
Yeah, very interesting indeed. And it seemed to be the old tires that have won the battle for majority of this, but there's new tires there on the outside. We'll see what they can do. I don't even know if we can call them new tires at this point. They're definitely fresher tires, I guess you could say. So
yeah,
we'll see how it goes. But pace car lights are off. We're going to come to 6 to go here. This is going to get wild, nonetheless, to say, as the pace car will take the hard left-hand turn down the pit road. Eckerlani on the gas. Look at that. Great start for him. That allows the second place position there to be challenged by Stephen Hassett here as they head through 1 and 2. That gives Eckerlani a lot of breathing room as they head down the back straightaway.
Head down the back straightaway to go to turn 3 and 4 here with 6 laps to go, as Peyton's going to make it clear. The 91 at Hassett goes way up the track, Zach. Oh, hang on to it as Cole tried to go on the inside. And, man, we got a stack up for third position.
That we do. Hassett up high, Batty down low. Look at Kurt. He's fighting in the 15 machine now. There's going to be sliding. It's the sick of Cooper Bouchard. He goes around, yellow back out on the racetrack.
Oh, man. Oh, man. It triggered a yellow, but maybe it did trigger us here on our side on Freaky Fast Broadcasting. So we'll see here. It looks like Cooper and Ryan were involved into this one here, and we'll see here. But this is going to make it very interesting, ladies and gentlemen, as we see what happens. We've seen the look at the 7. He was all over of Cole there going through the turn, coming out of turn 2. And these cars are slipping and sliding. Oh, as Cole got into the 7, he gets loose. He starts spinning around. And that all started with Ronald Cole, believe it or not.
Yeah, that was a wild incident there for a moment. It was all really just stacked up. Stephen Hassett misses turn 3, slides on the racetrack. Cole has to do a basement maneuver to try to cut underneath him, with Kurt Batty passing him on the inside, where you also have the 7 there with the 10 getting checked up from that, and it just caused a major stack up, and it is set the table here for a interesting scenario. I don't know if we're going to have...
No, we don't have no green white. No, remember we went through that last week.
Yeah, that's the thing. We don't have green white checkers. I just don't know if we're going to get this in. This may be 1 to green here. So we may... Oh, it's extended to a green white checker. So we do have green white checkers this week. So
now we have
2.
Okay, well, how many have we got?
2, I guess. Yeah.
Oh, okay, ladies and gentlemen. Well, we're going to go green white checkered here, because last week we were all confused. The race ended and we didn't even realize the race ended, and we just kept talking about things, and we were all lost. But anyways, it was still a great broadcast, I do believe. But all right, well, green white checkered, ladies and gentlemen. What's going to happen here? That number 41's been out front all race. Our pole sitter, can he do it? Can he hold this, Zach, is going to be the question, because, the energy's hyping up. These guys are strapping their seatbelts down a little tighter, grabbing the wheel a little tighter. They know it's right there in front of them, and when you can taste the victory, you've changed as a driver. I don't care what you say, but you're like, oh, man, I got a chance to win this thing.
No, I completely agree. And Eckerlani needs this. He's had great performances this season, but has just not had the runs to go with those performances. I mean, I look back to Phoenix, where the fuel mileage came in, Stephen Hassett got the win. Eckerlani led almost every single lap in that race, had to hit pit road for fuel, didn't even end up on the podium. So definitely going to look to rebound from that, I think, here.
I agree. So we'll have to see if he can hold off the Hungry Wolf pack behind him, because everybody's going to be chomping at their bits to try to get around get around them. So we'll see what happens here as we got 3 to go. These should be going green this time by, and we'll see how this all plays out.
Gonna be fun to see who can get it done here at the Maple Ridge Racing Series here at the North Wilkesboro Speedway. Pace car gonna look to come in this time by. It is, there it goes, and Ekerlani off and away. Hill with a better start, but Batty gonna try to get to the inside. Hill's gonna cover it off. It's gonna be a stack up for our top 3, and it's gonna have a chance here. Does Kurt Batty use the bumper, or does Ekerlani get away? The battle's behind, ensuing. It's looking to be clean here as they keep it through 3 and 4. They're going to look up and see the freaky fast white flag, 1 lap to go here at the Maple Ridge Racing Series at the North Wilkesboro Speedway as they round through 1 and 2. Ekerlani still with the lead, but it's going to be Peyton Hill. Big run down the back straightaway. Looks to the inside here in the 3 and 4. Not able to get close enough. Ekerlani, though, has fought so hard. Wins here at North Wilkesboro.
Wow. I bet that's a load off your chest when you can finally, be so fast, sit on the poles, lead multiple laps in different events here on Wednesday night with Maple Ridge, and then finally get that win here at a track that is a good track to, I'm not sure what his win status is here at this track, but I'm sure that feels a lot better now finally, to get that victory in the books here, ladies and gentlemen, as he's going to burn it down. Everybody's going to be spinning around. But remember, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget we have post-race interviews coming up here very, very shortly of last week's top 3. So if you missed that, make sure you tune in for that as we'll have to see. And then we'll get the top 3 here tonight's event here, and we'll get them in the booth here and see how their race went. But we will be right back here, ladies and gentlemen, as post-race interviews will be coming up here very shortly.
All right, we're back here, everybody, for our post-race interviews, and we got 6 of them here as we got our top 3 from last week. We got our top 3 from this week. So first, we'll do our top 3 finishers from Hickory Motor Speedway last week, and that is going to be our first driver up, the 3rd place man from last week, Brad Hoggett. So let's get a talk from Brad after he was able to finish 8th here tonight and 3rd last week at the Hickory Speedway. Let's hear from him. Hey, Brad and Zach up here in the Freaky Fast booth. You got a copy, man? Hey, Brad and Zach up here in the Freaky Fast booth. You got a copy, man? Well, folks, it looks like we don't have Brad Hogan there, unfortunately, in the third place position from last week. So we'll move on and we will get our second place driver of last week. That is Alex Marinelli there. He finished second last week and ends up in an unfortunate incident here down the race that he finished ninth. Let's hear from him about his second place finish last week at the Hickory Speedway. Hey, Alex, it's Zach up here in the Freaky Fast booth. You got a copy, man.
Copy, guys. How are you? Good to be with you.
Hey, good to have you up here too, Alex. I tell you what, man. Unfortunately, tonight did not play out the way you wanted there with that ninth place finish there, battling down to the end, trying to get to that podium position once again. But last week was able to bring home that second place finish from the Hickory Speedway. How were you able to do that last week? And man, how did that feel to get on the podium last week?
It felt awesome. It was my first podium in the series, which was great. Especially since I work hard to set everything up with the rest of the team here. So that really meant a lot. Really gratifying. I also work really hard with one of our sponsors, Elite Performance Industries, and their setups. I've taken some coaching through them, and it really felt like it paid off last week.
It definitely seemed to, man. But I tell you, you ran really well there last week. Coming in here tonight, you looked very, very strong there coming down the end. Unfortunately, that contact there at the end looks like it's going to push you back. But man, you were right there in the thick of it. How did that feel?
Yeah, my strategy all season has just been clean racing till about 20 25 laps to go, and then it's go time for me. So that really paid off last week. I put myself in a position where there was a caution at the end to be on the podium, and I felt like I was doing that tonight. I made the choice to get right side tires, and I was really patient with Steven, and I probably could have made a move, and it just bit me in the butt. I didn't, you got to know when to go and know when to not, and I should have gone. So no hard feelings to Kurt. It was a good, clean battle, and yeah, he deserved the podium tonight.
Well, Alex, I tell you what, man, hard fought battle tonight. We'll see you next week at Five Flags. But before we let you get out of here, anybody want to send a shout to in that 54 machine?
Hey, really appreciate you guys as always. So shout out to you guys at Freaky Fast Broadcasting. You make us look good every week. Also, have to shout out Vermont Sim Racer and Mike Garber. If anyone's in upstate Vermont in the Burlington area wants to do some sim racing, you got to check out Vermont Sim Racer. I already threw EPI out there, Elite Performance Industries, if you're looking for the fastest setup shop on the server. So yeah, that's about it, guys. But thank you all so much for everything you do.
Well, awesome job, Alex. Congrats, man, on last week getting the podium. Hopefully, we'll be talking to you again on the podium next week.
Take care.
All right, everybody. That was your ninth place driver here tonight, but our second place driver from last week. It looks like our winner from last week has left the show. He he must not been waiting for his interview, and I think Ronald Cole from last week's win has decided he he had to go. So unfortunately, we won't get to talk to Ronald Cole. So we're gonna go straight into our post race interviews from tonight's race here in North Wilkesboro. As the first driver up, we're going to be Kurt Batty. What a drive for him up to that third position from the 11th spot. Biggest move of the night. Let's hear from the number 15 of Kurt Batty. Hey, Kurt, it's Zach up here in the Freaky Fast booth. You got a copy, man.
Yes, I do.
Well, I tell you what, Kurt, great job here tonight, man. You were the biggest mover of the night's race, 11th up to third, and it was a battle, man. That 15, how did you make your way through the field here tonight?
Yeah, basically, I mean, I jumped on a little last minute, so I didn't get any too much practice, but yeah, just slowly picking through, I guess. I made the pit stop for new tires on, I think it was lap 60. And that ended up being the right call, which is good.
Yeah, that was a definite interesting call. We've seen definite calls there throughout the season. Some guys electing to go for the track position, but how much do you think those tires really helped? It did seem like it did bring some lap time back to you guys there.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely did for me. I had to push the car definitely a little deeper into the corners than I wanted to in the beginning, just because I started at the back. And I was running in, I think it was fifth or sixth kind of thing. And I just knew that I wasn't gonna. I had nothing for Mario and Peyton, kind of with those tires, so it was kind of a gamble on my part, and it seemed to work out pretty good.
Yeah, definitely that game will definitely seem to play out. Kurt, I tell you what, man, congrats on third here tonight. It was a great run for yourself in that 15 machine, our biggest mover of the night here at North Wilkesboro. Before we let you get out of here and get prepared for Five Flags next week, anybody want to send a shout to in that 15, man?
Basically just my wife, and I got a new baby girl. She's only 4 months old, so just being able to come down here and race on the sim is a treat. So yeah, just my family, and yeah, it's a great series, and I'm happy to be here.
Awesome stuff, Kurt, man. Well, you have a great night, and we will catch you next time out there at Five Flags. Hopefully, back up here in the booth, buddy.
Thanks so much.
All right, everybody. That was our third place driver there of Kurt Batty in the 15. What a drive for him. As we're going to move up to our second place driver here of Peyton Hill. What a drive for him. Also, man, he's been a driver that's been right on the edge of winning this season. We'll see maybe when that is coming up, but let's talk to Peyton Hill about his second place run here tonight. Hey, Peyton, it's Zach up here in the booth. You got a copy?
Yep, I'm right here.
Hey, man, well, I tell you what, another great run for yourself out there tonight in that 48 machine. I mean, so close to a win again, but I tell you, how was the battle out there? It seemed to be pretty tough between you and Ronald Cole there for a majority of this race.
Yeah, he was probably one of the fastest cars there out there tonight. Me and Mario, I assume we kind of got lucky when everyone came down pit road and he kind of got stuck behind them. But that was probably that was scary because I did not feel as comfortable with this track as I thought I was. Um, as soon as we got out there during the race, I felt a little bit more comfortable. I just got new pedals this weekend, so I'm kind of learning in the thick of it. So it's kind of hard.
Yeah, definitely. Those transitions can be interesting, man. Well, I'll tell you, you did a great job with that. There to bring home second tonight in North Wilkesboro. But yeah, you brought up the decision there from Ronald to pit. What was your game plan there? Because we've seen you and Mario stay out. It seems to be the right call there. Ended up 1-2.
I knew that I wanted to do the opposite of Ronald because he kind of seemed like the dude. He was the one to beat between for me. I knew I wasn't going to get by Mario until that last lap. I thought I had a chance, but I wasn't going to dive it in and wreck him. But overall, like, man, this is the finish I need. I've been having some bad luck lately. I think I ran well at Phoenix, but then right back at it with the incident last week in turns 1 and 2.
Yeah, definitely, man. This is a good run for you. Like you said, you needed it for sure. And like you said, you had the pace. It's just hasn't had the finishes to go along with it other than Phoenix. But this is good to put this one in your back pocket there, buddy. Well, I'll tell you what, before we let you get out of here, Peyton, anybody want to send a shout out to before we head off the Five Flags next week?
Yeah, I gotta thank Hijinks Motorsports as well as Norco Esports. They've had my back for this league. So, and I also got to thank all my friends and family watching at home.
Awesome stuff, man. Well, I'll tell you what, congrats on second here tonight, Peyton, and we'll catch you next week at Five Flags, buddy.
Yeah, see you guys.
All right, everybody. That was our second place driver there, Peyton Hill in the 48 machine. What a drive for him in North Wilkesboro. As we're going to move on to our race winner here, Mario Eckerlani. What a drive for him, getting that win finally here this season after leading the points for majority of the season. He finally comes up and gets this big victory here at North Wilkesboro. Hey, Mario, it's Zach up here in the booth. You got a copy, man.
Hey, Zach. How's it going?
It is going great. I tell you what, Mario, great drive here tonight, man. On pole once again, but able to bring home that victory tonight. How does that feel, man?
I feel like it's been a long time coming this season. Had some unfortunate incidents happen, some missed calls on my part on pitch strategy, and I decided tonight that I wasn't going to let that happen.
Yeah, that's a very good point there. Pitch strategy. How tempting was it to come down the pit road? We've seen how strong you were all night, but we've seen before. Those calls right there can make or break the race. It seems like you're on the right side of it here tonight, though.
Yeah, when Josh Cole went down pit road, I was nervous because I'm like, he's been fast all night. But I had committed to a strategy I wanted to do and stay out, and fortunately tonight it paid off.
It definitely did, man. I tell you, getting this big victory, heading off into Five Flags next week. How does that feel? The Snowball Derby, definitely one of the most famous super late model racetracks. How you feel about heading off in there with this momentum?
Pretty pumped because it's one of my favorite tracks. I've had some great runs there. I always seem to find a little bit of speed, so I'm pretty pumped to get there next week and hopefully go 2 for 2.
It's going to be fun to watch, Mario. I tell you what, congrats, man. Like I said, on the win here tonight at North Wilkesboro. It's going to be fun to see if you can get, like you said, that second victory there at Five Flags next week. But before I let you get out of here and go celebrate this victory, anybody you want to send a shout out to?
Yeah, I want to thank you guys for the great broadcast as always. Alex and Maple Ridge and Elite Performance Industries for the bad fast sets and all the help.
Awesome stuff, Mario. Well, congrats, man. Like I said, again on the win, and we will catch you next week at the Five Flags Speedway.
Thank you, sir.
Alrighty, everybody. That was your race winner here tonight of Mario Ecralani there in the 41 machine at the North Wilkesboro Speedway for the Maple Ridge Racing Series. What a drive for that driver there in that 41 machine. Like he said, it's been a long time coming. He's sad. Really, I feel like he's set on pole almost for every single race this season. He has been really tough to beat when it comes speed-wise, but he's able to put it all together tonight, get the strategy right, and end up on the right side of the fence and put that car in victory lane. As we look up here now, we see our finishing results. It's going to be Arkalani. Like I said, they're on the winning car in that 41 machine. Second place is going to go to Peyton Hill. Another great run for him. Third is going to go to Kurt Matty. Fourth is going to be Ben Mashburn. Great solid run there in fourth. Fifth's going to go to Cooper Bouchard after a couple spins here tonight. Sixth's going to go to Ryan Scowney. Seventh's going to be Steven Hassett. Eighth's going to go to Brad Hogan. Ninth's going to be Alex Marinelli. And rounding out the top 10 there, here's going to be Ronald Cole, and that's a tough break for him there, as you have a Johnny Hurst there in 11th. 12th's going to go to Frank Barbiera. 13th's going to be Justin Hamlin, as that is your 13 cars here that took part tonight at the North Wilkesboro Speedway. It was a fun race to call. But before we get out of here, we need to get our final thoughts on what went down. Robert, how did you look at tonight? And man, I tell you, it was fun having you once again doing double duty with me.
Oh, it was fun. Thank you for letting me do double duty, even though I shouldn't thank you. No, thank you. Thank you. It's fun. It was fun to watch everybody out here. But man, I'm really shocked with that 10 car. I thought he would finish higher, after that pit stop, Zach. If I take anything away from this track or in tonight's race, is that right there with that 10 of Ronald Cole. That's kind of I thought he'd be up there at least in the top 3. You know what I mean? He had the speed, but unfortunately he couldn't navigate the traffic fast enough to get back up to the front here. But congratulations to Mario, finally getting that win, finally getting that monkey off his back. We go to Five Flags next week, and you heard what he said in his post-race interviews that, he's feeling very confident with that race. So make sure you tune in next week, ladies and gentlemen, and see if he can take that number 41 Elite Machine EPI and make it back-to-back there, Zach.
Yeah, that's going to be fun to watch. I love Five Flags. Like I said, the most famous, first of all, super late model racetrack out there, in Pensacola, Florida, where the Snowball Derby takes place each and every year. One of my favorite tracks, first of all, to drive not only, but also watch the action on. So I can't wait for that to happen next week. That's definitely a crown jewel race for a super late model racers like these guys are. So they're all going to be super prepared heading into next week, and we can't wait to see how that action unfolds. But make sure you hit that subscribe button there and hit that like button if you enjoyed tonight's broadcast, but also that bell notification button so you can be notified each and every time we go live here on Freaky Fast Broadcasting, as we got plenty of other leagues with action going on all throughout the week. And remember, like Robert said, we're about to have a full schedule almost. This is going to be our only off night. It's going to be pretty much Fridays coming here in the next foreseeable future. So it's going to be fun to watch all the action unfolding on Freaky Fast Saturday nights, Sunday nights, Monday nights, Tuesday nights, Wednesday nights, and Thursday nights. It's going to be a beautiful, beautiful time here as we get back into rolling action here in the summertime. So make sure, again, like you said, you hit that subscribe and bell notification button so you can be notified when we go live, and you can watch all the best racing action here we have on Freaky Fast Broadcasting on iRacing.com. But again, thank you all for tuning in. It's been a pleasure. Like I always say, stay freaky fast.